Hello and welcome to another edition of Convict Inc. I'm your host, Robert Rosso, and I'm having a very bad day spitting my words out. This is like the 10th time I've did this, and I've told this story many times in my life. In fact, I've told it twice in other videos, but the videos were about something else, and I'm going to make it shorter and more to the point, hopefully, if I'm able. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. For all of you who have subscribed, I much appreciate it. If you like this video, please push like and share with your family, friends, neighbors, etc. The United States Penitentiary in Leavenworth, Kansas, 2001, the Special Housing Unit, shoe or hole. A few months before, or in December of 2000, a friend of mine and I, named Dusty, assaulted a guy in the chow hall. And for the assault, we were both given 60 days in the hole. At the time, there was a warden there by the name of Mickey Ray, who had a real pet peeve about people assaulting other people in the chow hall. It could start riots. And he told us, informed us when he walked around on Wednesday, every Wednesday, executive staff walks in the special housing unit, said that we were not getting out, that he was going to keep us in the shoe for 18 months. September of 2001, 8 cells of Dirty White Boy and Dirty White Boy associates decided to get drunk one day, all day, got into a beef with staff, ended up holding our trays, and the SORT team was called in. The SORT team, the guys dressed up like little Ninja Turtles that do cell extractions. Their purpose of extracting us was to get the plastic trays that we held. The trays could be made into knives or shanks. So they came in, beat our ass, gassed us, shot us with guns, hog-tied us for hours, and then put us in ambulatory restraints, chains, and put us all back in the same exact cells that they just took us out of. About a week or so later, the warden, Mickey Ray, was doing his rounds, and he noticed that Dusty and I were living in the same cell together still. He did not want us living together because he figured we were gonna cause trouble, which we did. And he ordered his staff to separate us. They did. They put Dusty in this cell and me in the next cell. Actually worked out better. I'd rather be single celled, even though me and Dusty celled good together. And but we were able to kick it and talk, back and forth right on the door, no problem. Not long after, it was the 4th of July or the day before, I was in the cell. I had a bag of wine in the toilet, like a couple of gallons of orange juice wine. I had a little radio that had a speaker on it. They called them the Blue Goose radios, and I don't know why they called them the Blue Goose. Blaring in the background, cigarette in hand, cup in my hand full of wine, and I'm pacing the floor, maybe dancing. I dance sometimes in there by myself. Who knows? I was doing whatever. And as I was pacing, I paced to the back of the cell. I turned and I started pacing towards the cell, and there's Mickey Ray's face in the window, just mad. Contraband, tobacco is contraband. Radio's contraband, the wine's contraband. Already caught, I walk up to him, take a hit, blow it in the window, in his face. He just shakes his head and he burns off. Shortly thereafter, here comes a number of staff members that told me to, knocked on my door, told me to pack up my shit. They were moving me. I told them I would move, no problem, but I'm gonna finish the wine first, because if I let them open the door, they were gonna take my wine. The lieutenant assured me that I can take the wine, take all my stuff. They weren't even going to cuff me, and they'll let me walk by myself with all my stuff to the next cell. Okay, no problem. That was great. And that's what happened. I went from A2 downstairs to A1. About halfway down the range on the left-hand side, the door shut. It was not too long after that I learned that I was on the tier that was all Muslims except for the front 2 cells. There was Mexicans in one, or Islanders, and a white guy and a Mexican in another cell. They were too far from me. There's a wall in the middle to even talk, so it was me and Muslims. When you get into a new cell, especially if you're a veteran in the shoe, you immediately hook it up. That means you clean, get everything ready, you put little strings around bunks and stuff to make yourself comfortable. I also put the wine in the toilet. The bag goes in the toilet, cools it off the wine. That's how, and it's easy to dip wine out of the cup in the toilet. That's why we put the bag in the toilet. And I cleaned the cell, got it all hooked up. I started hearing lines sliding across the tier. Lines or fish lines are typically bed sheets torn up in strips with an empty tube of toothpaste on one end. Now, your toothpaste, it's empty. You fold it in half or cut it in half, and then you tie the string, whatever that may be. It could be strings that people sometimes take the strings from socks, the little strings, spin them together to make a thin little lines. But most commonly, it's people that just pull cut bed strips. I told you I was having a bad word day. Bed strips and attach it to the end of the tube of toothpaste, the empty tube. That allows the actual tube of toothpaste is a weight. Slides into the door, cracks under the door is about this big, and you would be amazed at how far some people can get these lines. And I have sent gallons of wine through the door with a hole that big in the corner of the door. Well, after a few minutes, here comes a line under my door. Psh! The actual tube part, empty tube of toothpaste, it's called a car. There was a note attached. I pick it up and it said, "Hey, we hear that radio, and I got a proposition." I'm paraphrasing. If you put the radio on such and such station, an R&B station, from 5 to 6 every night, we'll give you all the fruit and sugar you want. The Muslims got what's called common fare trays. Back in the day, common fare trays came in styrofoam trays, and it was loaded with vegetables and fruit, and like a can of sardines or meat or whatever. Really, really healthy stuff. Half an onion, bell peppers, carrot. It was a really big tray of vegetables back then. What also came in each tray, or at least twice a day, were 10 packs of sugar. For nutritional value reasons, staff used to give every inmate for breakfast like 10 sugars, anywhere from 5 to 10 sugars, little 1 gram packs. 100 can make a gallon of wine. You want 300 of those little packs. That's like the magic number to make like really good, strong hooch. And of course, to make a gallon, let's just say you need like 10 apples. You can use more, 8 to 15 oranges. It just depends on you. So the entire range, so there's 20 cells on each side. There's 40 people can be housed on a range. Yeah, 40 people. With the exception of me and 4 others were all Muslims and all got common fare. I started counting in my head like how much fruit and sugar I was going to get, how many batches of wine I can make. In my mind, I was going to have a bag for every day, so I can just pull it down and redo them. And sure enough, it didn't work out exactly like that, but I had 3 bags going at all time, and I stopped going to rec. I never left my cell. I was just sauced. It was just, my whole gig was writing. I was learning how to write a book, and getting drunk, making wine. I didn't care about rec. I didn't care about seeing the bros. It was all about staying parked in that cell. Plus, if you leave the cell, staff is subject to come in and take your wine-making materials or wine. I'm there, happy camper, let's just say 6-8 weeks. At night, sometimes I did exactly as I promised. I put the radio on. Sometimes I kept it longer. And then I'd put other music on and bebop and dance around my cell or sing. And, I'd just be drunk, have a great time by myself. I was cool with that. And sometimes I would get on the door and I'd talk to the guys, because people at night get on the doors and they'd holler back and forth, and sometimes I'd engage in conversation. One night, and I don't remember why or how it came up, I was drunk, I remember that. I said, "Hey," I don't know if I was talking to somebody, carrying on a conversation about God, whatever, but I just blurted out, "Hey, you know what? I seen God." Everybody's like, you can hear quiet because people were talking back and forth at all corners of the ship. And I said, "That's right." I'm paraphrasing this part. "I was in B lower and God came to me." I said that part. And you know what? God was white. I just threw a race card. Muhammad's black. You know that? And then I let it sit for the emphasis purpose. The very next day, I said, God came back to my cell. Only this time he was black. You hear the silence. But both time, God cost $50 a paper. God is heroin, motherfuckers. God is heroin. He comes in a binky. He comes in a spoon. A binky is the makeshift way to use a syringe. And I laugh. Ha! God is heroin. I shout like over and over again. It was the funniest thing in the world to me. I didn't hear any laughter. None. There was no laughter whatsoever. The next day, when I got up for breakfast and getting my tray and waiting for all the fruit and sugar to be passed down to me, it did not come. I had effectively lost my wine connection for saying that God was heroin. Don't know why I said it, don't remember what, but I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. My Muslim friends did not. And after I realized, like a few days or whatever, when I was not going to get anything else, I stopped playing the music for them from 5 to 6. I sure did. And that, is the end of this video. It's short. Man, I'm so tired right now. It's been a long day, and I did do an interview with Morgan Freeman's production company. We'll see how it goes. See about next week. I'm supposed to go to a local studio and film it. We'll see how it works out, and I'll keep you guys informed for what it is. Take care, and I do have a message that I'm going to be posting, or an announcement, in a little while after this goes up, hopefully, if it goes up. And I know there's going to be people that will not like it. I know that. But it's about a show I'm going on tomorrow. And I'm going to do it, and I have my reasons why, and they're constructive reasons in the long run. Take care. Hope you enjoyed.